Hey everybody, John and Sharon here on behalf of the entire Arizona Home Group. We get so many questions about new construction versus resale, and today we're going to answer some of those questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons to both to consider. So we'll go over that and let you know.
Yeah. So first and foremost, it's important to know that as a buyer, you are entitled to representation. Okay, so you want somebody in your corner. So when you go and visit the new build, you got to realize that the person that works at this model homes works for the builder. You actually can have someone like us represent you that's going to work in your best interest. And that commission that's paid to the realtor, that's already built into the price of the house. You're not saving any money by not having a realtor represent you.
Right, exactly. You're paying for it.
Yeah.
So you should actually utilize it. And, those agents at the builder office, because they do represent the builder, they're not going to really guide you to lot selection for resale the way we would, because they're just trying to sell the lots that the builder wants off the books.
Yeah. So as the ones that backed up the busy streets or whatever. So, it's really important to think about those things.
Yes.
Also, many buyers don't realize that terms and prices actually can be negotiated right now. And there's lots of things besides price.
Yeah.
There's also like refrigerators, ceiling fans, types of paint, types of upgrades, all that stuff. You want to have someone in your corner to help you negotiate those things.
Right. And, obviously one of the biggest pros to buying new is that it's new, right? Nobody else has lived there. Right. It's shiny and it's brand new. And, with that, because it is brand new, it's going to come with a full 1-year warranty, which for our clients, instead of doing an inspection at the closing, we actually will remind you around your 10th, 11th month in the house to do your inspection at that point, because things will have kind of settled and some things may have gone wrong.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a punch list from the inspector, which you can hand over to the warranty company, and they will cover all of those repairs for you.
That's a great little secret. People don't usually tell them that. So
yeah.
But another pro to building is basically you get to choose your finishes, right? You get to pick out the house that you want, the colors and the flooring and the countertops when you're building from scratch. However, the trade-off of that is that you got to wait 8 to 12 months for that to be built. And if you need to get into something quickly, then sometimes it doesn't work out to get a brand new build from scratch. However, there are specs out there, as we call them, or inventory homes, where a lot of that stuff's already picked out for you. So, and those builders usually know what's trending these days. So you're usually going to be able to walk in and get something that's ready to go. That's usually pretty hot looking.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can also make things a little bit easier for you by doing a spec or an inventory home, because sometimes choosing every one of those finishes is really overwhelming for a lot of buyers. So that's just something to consider. But another pro to going new is that when you are like in the rate market that we're in right now with interest rates, builders are offering some amazing incentives. Right now, a lot of builders are getting 4.99% interest rates locked for 30 years. I mean, that's really unheard of in the open market right now. Plus, they're going to usually give you some money towards your closing costs, and that is dependent upon you using their preferred lender, but it usually covers almost all of your closing costs. So those are some great incentives.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that's some of the cons, okay? So the first one is depending on the subdivision that you're buying into, when you're buying into it, how far along it's built along, you're going to have to deal with a lot of construction traffic, and it is really tough.
Yes.
Especially in those summer mornings when those builders start hammering away early in the morning. A lot of dust, a lot of dirt, and then also a lot of nails.
Yeah.
I mean, you're driving through construction for a year or two while that subdivision gets finished out. I'm telling you, you're going to run over some nails.
Yeah.
Nails have you run over?
A lot for sure.
When we're showing new homes, it happens all the time. Invariably, you're going to run over a nail and you're going to end up with a new tire.
Yes. Another con is landscaping, right? So it takes time. First of all, the builders are only going to usually do your front yard. They're not going to give you any backyard landscaping. So that's an expense that you need to be prepared for, which can be pretty pricey. But also, it takes time for trees to grow and for yards to look lush and green. So, living with a dirt lot is not fun, especially if you have pets or kids. So that's something you're definitely going to want to put into your budget to make sure you have. And then if you wanted a pool, pools 100% you're going to get more bang for your buck on resale versus building your own pool, because to build a pool now for a decent pool, you're probably going to spend about 70 grand.
Yeah, it's not.
But the value that adds on an appraisal is only going to be like 15 to 20, because it's a luxury item that is actually costs money every month for homeowners. So it doesn't add the same cost that it is to build it.
You better plan on living there a long time, right, to get that return on your
investment. Yes, for sure, with pools.
But on top of the backyard landscaping too, it's some of the things that the builders do, like for instance, like paint.
Yeah.
Like builders just put basic flat paint in your house. And that's like really hard with fingerprints and kids. So most people not only just change for color, they just want to put an eggshell or a satin on the walls just to make it a little more practical. But you can also negotiate, refrigerators and ceiling fans, etc. So there's a lot of little out-of-pocket costs that come up when you're buying, and that money needs to be paid out right away because you need those things.
Right, exactly. No one wants to be without fans in Arizona or window treatment.
Or refrigerators or washers and dryers, right?
Yes. So hopefully this has helped answer and give you some things to think about when comparing buying new versus resale. And if you have any more questions about it, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always happy to guide you through any process that you're looking at with your home buying. And don't hesitate to let us know if there's any questions you would like answered for a future video, because we are always happy to do that.
And don't forget to find us on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we'll be delivering you more cool videos like this every month.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Cool.